Hey guys, it's legitimate. Welcome back to another video. It's been a very long time since I recorded. I've pretty much been taking a break from YouTube, thinking what I want to do, and I have pretty much a whole entire plan of what I want to do. I have a sheet of paper right beside of me. The whole entire plan for the future of the channel, which I'll explain in a later video. But today, we're going to be continuing the Doctrine series. So the next doctrine is the Commoner Doctrine, and I want to say right now it's my least favorite doctrine, but take my word with a grain of salt. Trust me, this doctrine can be used very well if you like it, if you love it. But personally, I don't enjoy using it. So let's jump straight into it. I'll also explain why the Libya playthrough ended abruptly and pretty much what's gonna happen in the future at the end of the video. So for the Comintern doctrine, you have a decreased production cost, decreased upkeep cost, meaning you can have a massive army at very cheap prices. Because the production cost might seem like the big one, but really it's the upkeep. Because this is what prevents you from growing a big army. But the debuff is a crushing blow. Minus 10% damage, which may not seem like a big deal, but it is. This is not a big deal. Hit points really aren't as much as a big deal. Because if you have minus hit points, you can just use range stuff like artillery. But if you have minus damage, that's a serious problem. Okay, so let's go into infantry. We have a massive militia buff, 15 plus mountain bonus, 25 plus urban. Keeping these in your cities and your mountain ranges are just going to be just incredibly powerful. We have a further decreased upkeep cost and decreased production time for infantry. This is probably going to be the base of your army. For all other doctrines, infantry they just aren't used as much, but in the Comintern, you need infantry. It's not you want it, you need it. It's really important. Moving down, you have no other infantry buffs, which really sucks. But in the Ordnance, you have decreased production cost and time for the artillery. You have more damage against both tank classes as the anti-tank. You have a stronger heavy tank, and you have a stronger cruiser, as well as a stronger SP rocket artillery. So I basically sped through everything because you guys can look at this by yourself using the forum page. The link is literally right here. You can just copy it down. I might put it in the description. I might forget. But let's talk about strategy. First off, there are so many strategies with the Comintern. But one thing is for sure, don't be stupid like me. Alright, I was really stupid. One time I was playing Angola, and my friend Lord probably knows about this. Lord, if you're watching, you probably know about this. But I was playing as Angola, and I had this really awesome idea. I was like, dude, Comintern Doctrine's so powerful. And the idea was, I thought Attack Bomber had a buff, which technically it does. It has a faster research, but it technically didn't. So I thought Attack Bomber had a buff. And so I was like, why don't we put this with SP Rocket Artillery? This to destroy the infantry, and this to destroy the enemy tank forces, as well as interceptors to maintain air superiority, which really wasn't a good idea, and a couple infantry, motorized infantry to speed up attacking. And this strategy may seem very good, but it had so many problems. The first one was it used up too much rare. I had not enough rare because this uses rare and this uses rare. So the moment you have too much units using rare, you cannot keep a good army. The second thing was that this and this got absolutely destroyed because the opponent okay, this strategy worked very well against an allied doctrine and an enemy Comintern doctrine. But the moment I met an Axis doctrine, which is Egypt, I screwed up badly. Well, the doctrine screwed me up pretty much. Yeah, the doctrine pretty much screwed me up because they had interceptors. I had like 20 interceptors. I had 150 units. They had 70 units. They won. The reason why? They were Axis. I was Comintern. It is incredibly hard to fight the Axis as a Comintern because you simply don't have the firepower to do so. Even though, as a Comintern, to beat an Axis, you need to do the second strategy, which I will say like almost right after this one. But as an Axis nation, you can easily defeat the Comintern doctrine if they don't know what they're doing. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was just spamming stuff that I thought was really good, but it really wasn't. So I had I had 20 interceptors. This man had 15. It didn't matter. He could beat me because he's Axis. I'm Comintern. It's literally that simple. His with my air superiority gone, that was an attack bomber crossed out. I had no anti-tank because I didn't even research it. I didn't even research any anti-air. I was screwed. His tactical bombers, attack bombers were killing me, and plus the fact that his medium tanks now could just reign free because I had no attack bombers to counter this, and I just got absolutely destroyed. And there was nothing I could do because spear rocket artillery was really weak against armored units, and they were just too expensive. I couldn't spam them out. They were taking forever. They were taking like 18 hours to produce. Medium tanks take 9 hours. I just couldn't do it. I just could not fight anymore. I had to lose. So what do you do as a Commoner Doctrine? Well, that's very simple. You spam cheap units. What cheap units? This is the only doctrine where you can spam militia. Trust me, it is the only doctrine. Don't spam militia in any other doctrine. Spam it in this one. My friend Kalusi, very good friend, he's had a very good theory, which was that you could use militias, infantry, artillery, anti-tank, and anti-air for defensive purposes, and then you could use heavies. Heavies, that's right, heavies. I always hate heavies because of how slow they are. But he did a lot of calculations. He calculated that if you build infrastructure, you can make the heavy speed the same as an Axis medium tank, and at the same cost. Because remember, this right here can destroy this, and it's cheaper than this, but it's slower than this. So if you add infrastructure and you equal the price, this can still be this because it's simply stronger. So it's actually smarter to use the cheaper units, and the only expensive unit you should be using is interceptors and heavy tanks. Everything else is going to be relying on food and goods, which allows you to spam. Because these units are faster producing. Like, if you were producing a level 1 artillery, it would take 3 hours. Same thing with infantry. If you were producing a level 1 light tank, 2 hours and a half. If you were producing a level 1 medium tank, about 9 hours. If you were producing a level 1, say, battleship, or SP rocket artillery, it takes a lot longer because that's just how longer it takes to produce. You can spam these things, but you can't spam those because they take too long. That's what I say as a Comintern. I haven't actually used the strategy; it's all theory. But if you guys want to test it out and give me feedback, I'm totally open to that. Now, moving away from the Doctrine series, I want to talk about why I took a break from YouTube and what happened with the Libya playthrough. So, the Libya playthrough ended very simply. The reason is because I wanted a better KD, I wanted better stats. And that hasn't been going too well, so I will start a new series very soon, probably in like 3 to 2 days, a new 22-player one, and I'll start a new 100-player one pretty soon too, with my friends. If you want to be in a video, I might make a Discord server. I might put it in the description. If you want to join that Discord server, I can let you guys be in a video. And I have more games I want to introduce to the channel, not just Call of War. I know, like, literally every viewer plays Call of War and watches the channel because of Call of War, but there are some games that I do want to introduce into the channel because Call of War is Call of War. It's not a game like Call of Duty, League of Legends, Minecraft, where you play and then you can stop. In Call of War, you can't technically stop without losing. You have to keep playing, you have to continue checking. And it's not something you can make videos very well on, and it's not something you can live stream either unless if you have like 20 games at once and do an 18-hour live stream like I proposed to my friend, but it's just something that I think can only get me so far on YouTube. So I'm not considering this as a job, more like a hobby, but still I want this hobby to be successful. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.